So, this is something that's not super recent, but it is rather recent, I guess you could say. And that's that, well, pedophiles, pedophilia, they have decided to go and create their own new terms. Most of this has been pretty much done in an attempt to make them seem more friendly, less terrible, more acceptable to society, which is dirty and weird and creepy. I get why they're doing it. It's because they want to be accepted by society so that they can get away with doing the freaky shit that they want to do to children. That's pretty much most of the reason. And I don't care if you're non-offending. If you're non-offending, go get therapy, fix yourself. And if you're offending, then get fucked and go to jail and die, because you suck. But one of the terms, the more popular term that's come up, is called MAP, which stands for Minor Attracted Person, which basically is just a very nice way of saying fucking pedophile, which is creepy, because this immediately makes it seem less dangerous, less threatening, especially to younger people, which makes it easier for them to get away with, well, trying to do the shit that they try to do, which is not a good thing. This pretty much poses a threat to basically everyone who's a minor who's anywhere near them. The other aspect that's become a bit of a problem with them making new terms is they're trying to wiggle their way into the LGBT community. They're trying to label it as its own unique sexuality that should be accepted and part of the LGBTQ plus society. Or community, whatever. My first response to this is immediately like, no matter what, it can't fit in. Your sexuality is based on what gender you're attracted to. Pedophilia it has nothing to do with fucking gender. You're not part of the LGBTQ. But part of them trying to get into the LGBT plus community is so they can go, you're being bigoted because we're LGBTQ, because we are. So you're being bigoted against us now, which is just fucked up, and no, get fucked. It's a little bit of them trying to use the LGBTQ community as their own personal shield, which is all kinds of fucked up and stupid and shitty. But thankfully, so far, they're getting a big fat, get the fuck out of here, you're not one of us. Go die in a hole. Thankfully. So, they're not being accepted by the LGBT community. Thank fuck for that. And so far, I haven't really seen this getting any real headway or success, thankfully. I have not seen people running around using MAP as a way to refer to pedophiles. And I hope I never see that. Because that, no. I will not be happy about that if I see that. Especially if they're talking to a minor and using that term. The only place so far I've seen this term is Tumblr. Because the thing with Tumblr is pretty much anyone can have a Tumblr, so of course there are pedophiles on there. There's probably more pedophiles on Tumblr than there are on any other website except for maybe YouTube. Just because YouTube is as big as it is. But they're probably not vocal on YouTube, whereas on Tumblr, they're vocal because they can get away with being vocal about it on Tumblr, because so long as they're not posting child porn, Tumblr is like, okay, whatever. There has been a bit of a push to change that, but it's not gonna change. And I can't say I particularly want it to change anyway, because part of what I like about Tumblr is that everything fucking goes, as long as it's not, like, selling guns to minors or making child porn. So the main place where you're going to see the MAP term used is Tumblr. But 90% of the time when you see that term used, you'll immediately see people banging off saying, no, fuck you, you suck, you're a pedophile. Which is nice. I like seeing that. It's like, refreshing face water, yes. Which is good. But the major problem really is just why they're making this new term. And it is, as I said, to get acceptance and to be seen as non-threatening, non-dangerous. Which, honestly, part of it is just a play for them to not get persecuted by the law as they should be persecuted. And part of it is for the ones that are more malicious and predatory to, you know, easilier get with children, which is fucking creepy. And when they're trying to make it so society accepts them more, and frankly, that's the last thing anybody really wants. And by making this new term, people go, well, wait, oh, so it's something else. You're not a pedophile? Okay, you're just this other different thing. That's part of the problem, is when people don't realize that it's just a new term for pedophiles that's hopefully going to be rejected and never come up again. okay. Because you're going to have people that aren't going to draw the connection between the MAP term and the pedophile correct terminology. You're not going to have, there's going to be people that aren't going to realize they're the same thing. And that's one of the areas where the danger is going to come in. Is people will go, oh, you're not that. Okay, you're this other thing. And that's part of the reason why I don't like what they're doing here. And I think there's like 2 other terms that have also come up, but they've kind of disappeared because they weren't popular enough. Ugh. But, and of course, when you just heard the weird MAP, well, it seems unassuming. It doesn't have the inherent negative connotations that pedophile does. And that was part of the point and part of why they made that term, because it isn't inherently a negative term. Frankly, I hope it becomes a negative term if it ever becomes a popular, even remotely popular term, because no. So, I guess, yeah, so fuck pedophiles, and the new MAP term, I guess, be on the lookout for it, and if you see it, possibly, like, walk away, give them a middle finger, maybe. And it's fucking stupid. And for anyone asking, no. Pedophiles, MAP, whatever, they have nothing to do with the LGBTQ community. The LGBTQ plus community doesn't want them. They're not allowed. They can get fucked. They're not part of the community. They can go die in a hole.